Hi everyone and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday the 3rd of June 2020, and I'm using the Forest of Enchantment Tarot again for today's reading. I really like this deck. It's very similar to, I think it's a spin-off of another deck, and I can't recall the exact name right now. But it's got a really nice kind of magical spiritual quality to it, very earthy. Yeah, that's what I like about it. All the earth stuff, all the animals. The forest beckons, alive with mystery and wisdom. Once you step into the enchanted forest, your life and your spirit will never be the same. Oh, isn't that fun and beautiful? Let's have a look. Got the Snow Queen, the Weaver of Challenges. Looks like the Queen of Swords. Then we have Starlight. And finally, we have the Council of Animals. Oh, and the deck reminds me of the Wildwood Tarot. I think that's what it's a spin-off of. So the 17th card of the Major Arcana, Starlight, is the star, and the Council of Seers, or the Council of Animals, rather, is the Judgment card, I would assume. Yep, Judgment. So the Council of Animals is like judgment, not in the sense that you're being judged. It's more like this is a group of people judging you. That's even worse. But it's not about judgment. It's about really looking at yourself and seeing. Imagine this is a mirror and we're looking back at those animals. They really see themselves for who they are on the outside anyway. Okay, so let's have a look at what they all mean together. The Weaver of Challenges, poor Snow Queen. I always got it wrong. The problem isn't that she has these magic powers to create snow. Isn't it based on a Danish fairy tale by the guy who wrote The Little Mermaid? What's his name? Eludes me too. But it's the Snow Queen was always by herself and very isolated and problematic, but not because she was able to create snow, because she created these barbed kind of rose bushes here that are dangerous and that you can't get through. So she can just make those grow with a wave of her finger, and anyone who's trying to get nearer is going to be repelled by that. She has her little familiar there, so she's aware that she's putting up a wall. She's aware that she's not letting anyone near her, which in itself makes you more attractive, doesn't it? So she's just shooting herself in the foot. And then she has this little familiar and she sends him out because he can fly. He or she can tell her the messages that she needs to hear. The question is, what's so interesting about you that we have to chop down this stuff to get to you? And the point is, there isn't anything special about you or anybody. We're all special. What's interesting and what's going to attract a lot of people is the challenge in itself, the complication in itself. So have a word if you feel that you're suddenly putting up a wall, or you feel you have to be icy or defensive or poisonous in order to maintain your sense of identity. You know that you're growing thorny rose bushes where there don't need to be any. You can have a word with yourself. Starlight means that you're walking on a path which is difficult, and you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable, and you have to let things in and you have to let them out. So it's not just by eating and drinking and spending your way through life. It's also by ingesting things emotionally and seeing how they take, whether they take or not, relationships, certain obstacles or times in your life, periods of your life that you go through with certain people. You know, like the 2 years you go to South America and you believe this guy is the guru, and obviously he isn't a guru, he's just another guy. Flawed, imperfect, and yeah, when you have kind of experiences like that with other people, of course you're going to be closer. So it's a time to really let go of the negative and to look up towards the positive and what could be. This is the forest of enchantment. So he's above all of these little elves here. They're above the canopy of the trees and they're looking beyond the forest. They're transcending what has been, and they're now exploring the new realms, the stars in this deck. So it's about recognizing that you're sometimes the problem. You're sometimes the thing that's putting up walls and that's problematic. And if you can't do anything about that anyway, a lot of us can't, then acceptance is going to help you. First of all, recognize it and then do something about it. In this case, stop growing these things. Or once you've grown your own little challenges to the point where you're sitting on them and you can see the stars, then it may be time to make it easier for yourself. And yeah, look at what's actually what's actually the purpose behind everything you're trying to achieve. Are you just trying to get by? Are you just, yeah, are you using the word just are you minimizing yourself? Are you trying to find love, or are you hurt and you trying to heal from something? And the question should be, what am I reacting to rather than what am I trying to create? Because today you can see something bigger and better than what is. You can see above and beyond your own problems and your own capacity to create problems for yourself. It's interesting that I said, you're pushing yourself up to the canopy. That means your problems have become a plus in a way, where you've reached a certain level where even though you've messed up loads, you've got to a point now where you get a cheat code, or you get a moment of grace where you can say, I can see something bigger and I can manifest that. Council of Animals. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Council of Seers. Must have heard that somewhere. Council of Animals. These are the wise ones in the woods, in the forest. If you have some petition, you go to the elders. It's really getting real with who you are, who you could be, not just in a negative way. It's like, get real with who you are, accept that you're mean and no. Accept who you are in the sense of, look at the potential and how big you could be. And you have that message, regardless of how many walls you put up or how much you try and isolate yourself, you still will know whether you're dodging a bullet, or whether you're ducking responsibility, or whether you're not really growing to your true potential. And today you can see that without any guilt and shame and harassing yourself. Oh, you never do anything. You're doing the best you can. And if you were to look back and see everything you've done, think of each one of these leaves as one of your actions that you've taken. And all of these leaves combined, yes, they combine to push you up to the sky so that you're nearer to the actual stars so you can see them. And you can only do that when you take practical responsibility of who you are, good and bad. And when you do that, you're able to let go of yourself, you're able to transcend the self, and you're able to double and grow in a way that you wouldn't have even considered. So something new that you've never tried, that stems from a mistake, or that stems from a something you say that isn't what you mean, and you have to apologize, and you start to build a relationship because of that apology, which you mess up as well. Or you go to the wrong enrollment building and you bump into two other people who you're then going to be friends with for the rest of the next couple of years. Doing something, taking practical action, which leads you to transcend a personal issue within yourself that you're aware of, but that you're powerless over so far. You get the power to transcend it today. This is a chord card, so that's 1. 17 is 18, and 20 is 38. 3 and 8 is 11. 11 is the master number of service. And it makes sense. It's obvious. You're of service to yourself when you see yourself clearly and take practical action based on something that's now healed. Oh, I was on this trip trying to create some sort of show. It didn't work out, but I met this editor and this photographer during the production, and that's gone on to be this amazing start of a new partnership. So I keep mentioning people now, so there's a real kind of coming together of you, because you're authentic and you're honest with yourself. You can really have a sense of community with other people who are like-minded and who are also trying to become the best selves they can be. So you can see people and meet people who are like-minded. That helps you and them. And by meeting your potential, you inspire other people to do the same, because they are watching. Whether they're encased in ice or whether they're all sitting back here with front row tickets, people do look at what you're doing. And if you succeed, everyone succeeds. Yeah, which is important right now. So it's about seeing each other as one and seeing how you can help and how you can meet your potential and how you can help other people meet theirs. And if that's not happening, you can also hold people responsible and say, this is the mirror. I feel like I need to hold up to you now. And that's being of service to other people too. So I hope you have a great day. If you want to get in touch, please visit my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Please hit the subscribe button and share the video online. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.